Greetings minions, I'm Rob Chappers of Monkey Lord fame, off YouTube and that, and I'm here to talk to you about practice schedules. Lots of people email me and they say, "Dear Chappers, I find you particularly attractive with the new shaven head, and on a side note, I'm very interested about practice schedules." Well, here's something that I like to do. There are two ways of doing practice schedules. The first way is forget about practice schedules, because the second you say schedule, it's a work thing, and work things are not that fun. A work thing doesn't feel like, God, I really want to play guitar today. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm going to get my guitar and just get... It doesn't feel like that. And that's what you want to capture. You want to capture the feeling and the positivity and the energy that makes you get in there and play for 2 hours and then go, oh, I just played for 2 hours. You don't want to have a schedule. But here's the way you kind of make that happen. The first thing is you plan. And you plan so that you have free time in your day, so that when you wake up and get out of bed or wherever it is in your day, you've got that 2 hour area if you're a serious guitar player. An hour's fine. Half an hour is not enough. 2 hours is great, an hour's fine, you know, work out whatever you can do. But you want to have that time available with no guilt attached, yeah? So you've got to find a way. If you've got kids, maybe you get yourself some headphones or whatever you need to do. And you engineer that time into your schedule so that every day you've got that spare time to do. Next, music. So many guitar players don't listen to enough music to get excited the way they used to, you know what I mean? You kind of get older and you listen to the same tunes over and over again, and you lose that inspirational buzz that you get when you first heard Sandman or, you know, Presley, or anything really. And so you need to get that buzz back into your life. How do you do it? Well, here's what I do. I look for new music. I ask people to send me new music. I search actively for new tunes. I'm always on the lookout for great new guitar players that give me that feeling. And I have a list of tunes that I continually update that contain guitar players that I think are amazing, that get me really fired up. There's always this sort of regular one or two tunes that you just listen that make you go, "Oh, that's amazing." Like the theme to Transformers the movie, or The Never-Ending Story. And what you do is you set your room up. So I've got a room here, it isn't very big, but it's big enough. And when my time is nigh for playing, which is what I call it, I make sure that before I go in that room, I've got a pot of coffee ready for me. When I walk into the room, I have ready the tune that I want to play to get me buzzed up. For example, today it was Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Blue on Black, because I can't get enough of that tune. And then I'll just play to the tune. That's the first thing I do. I sit down, or preferably stand up if you can. If you've got the room, stand up, because you want to be practicing for what you want to achieve. And I would hope you'd like to achieve playing with some other musicians on a stage. And so stood up is the best way. So stand up, get your guitar, plug in. Don't worry about getting it all perfectly set up or whatever. Don't worry about tuning. Just plug in, play over the backing track, and you'll get that buzz because it's immediate, yeah? When you've done that, and you've got that kind of buzz going, think back. Were there any areas that were weak? Was there anywhere where I went blank? Was there a part when I was playing when it didn't feel like I was at home or comfortable? And if that was the case, and it will always be the case somewhere, focus your attention there, because it's of the present, it's right now, you know? If you need to learn some theory to help you with that, then I would suggest doing that right there and then. Don't delay it and do it in a book. That's not real practical hands-on theory. Do it right there and then. Learn what you need to get you to the place where you're comfortable and at home playing over that track. So for example, when I was playing over Kenny, he does a little change, does a little slide, does a bit of a Clapton thing, and although it's something that I'm able to deal with, there was a little part where I thought, oh, I only have 2 or 3 licks that would fit here. I really could do with writing another 4 or 5. And so that's what I did. You know, I sat down and I wrote a couple of licks, and that is great. Writing material that you can pull out and improvise with is what being a guitar player is all about. It's writing your own stuff. That's the difference between people like Joe Satriani and the guys who can shred their faces off but have no music. It's the music he wrote that made him great, you know. So that's what I do. It's about setting up a time and a place, setting up the excitement in the room so that when you walk into it, you want to play, and your playing happens and you don't notice it. Because think about it, when you were young, unless you are young, in which case, hi, you're young, and you bought your first guitar, that excitement, you didn't think about practicing, you just played. And that's what you've got to sustain. I've been Chappers. You take it easy. Chappers out.